It is Wednesday, my friends. So you know what that means. A brand new One Punch Man chapter. And this one was phenomenal in my opinion. It's rather short, not gonna lie, but the art incredible as always, especially incredible in this one. Super gory, honestly. Like this little arc for Amai Mask has been like one of the gorier ones that we've gotten since the Monster Association arc. And there's some pretty brutal shots in this one that I'm pretty excited to get to with you guys. And on top of that, it ends with probably one of my favorite moments in the entire series. We don't really need reminders, but it was a big reminder for me of why Saitama is such an awesome character and hero in this story. So for those of you that have been keeping up with the manga weekly, you know that we've been in this Amai Mask monster arc. In the most recent chapters, we got the, finally the revelation the whole world knows that Amai Mask is indeed a monster, and we actually get to see his full-on monster form in the previous two chapters. He's been fighting this monster Pesky Clown that started off as a tiger level monster, but with his ability of being able to become more and more powerful with the more attention that he gets, he has literally upgraded to a dragon level threat, and he becomes even stronger in this chapter. He looks pretty insane. So now getting on to the actual chapter, if I just make myself a little smaller here. Yep, cool. We see that, of course, first we start with an awesome chapter cover of Saitama. Always a fan of these from Murata, never get sick of them. But the chapter kicks off, like, really focusing on the amount of attention this fight is really getting. Like, there's news helicopters surrounding it, filming the whole thing. There's people live streaming it online. Now that, like, we got that massive revelation of Amai Mask being a monster, I mean, we knew this for a while, but of course the people of the One Punch Man world didn't know this until this very moment. So it's going absolutely viral all over the place online. Here we see the crowd of people spectating the battle, like suddenly becoming afraid of Amai Mask because the hero they knew and loved, the handsomely masked Sweet Mask, just transformed into this like grotesque massive monster. The thing is though that Amai Mask doesn't really have any time to deal with that right now because again, this monster Pesky Clown is quickly spiraling out of control because he's noticing all the eyeballs that are on this fight, like all the eyeballs online, all the eyeballs from all the news broadcasts, and this is feeding him and causing him to regenerate and become even more powerful to the point where he starts like growing this second set of arms, this like massive jaw in his stomach, and just becoming this like massive monstrosity that is very clearly dragon level at this point. And it's gonna be, a dragon level threat versus Amai Mask, who in most people have said that he is S-class level. He has said that himself, and it's gonna get really tested in this chapter. Which I mean, Amai Mask does not disappoint, but I don't want to go too far ahead here. So this is kind of like a full shot of what Pesky Clown now looks like in this like crazy super powered form. He comes right at Amai Mask with all four of his arms and his like gaping monster jaw in his stomach. And I swear, like every single fight that Amai Mask has been involved in since the Monster Association arc, he is like completely brutalized. Like Murata uses him as a good vehicle for like showing some truly like gnarly, gory stuff because he knows that Amai Mask can regenerate. Even this kind of damage wouldn't kill him. But you see Pesky Clown with his four arms grabbing each one of Amai Mask's limbs and starts like pulling as hard as he can, then like slowly starts tearing his limbs off, like every single one. It's pretty crazy. But after giving him that good stretch, he even like grabs him, puts him in his mouth, and starts biting down on him like he's literally just about to like munch on him and kill him right on the spot. Pesky Clown in these two shots, this one and this one, like looks amazing, like super menacing, super scary, and honestly probably like even better than anything I would have pictured, after I read the webcomic. Murata really nailed it with this one, honestly. But Amai Mask in his fully released monster form is not going to go down easy. Like this guy is super powerful in his own right. We never got to see like the full extent of Amai Mask's strength until this fight because he's never like been fully unrestricted. Apparently staying in his like handsome human form kind of nerfs his power. So I mean, we know that he's strong even in that form, but he's at his absolute peak when he's unrestraining himself in his full monster form, and we're about to see what he's fully capable of. It's pretty crazy too. But just before we continue, I actually have a message for you guys from Moomin Rider himself. Here it is. And also really quick, if you want to support the channel, get some gamer subs. You can get some energy stuff. You can get some stuff that helps you sleep. Right now, this AFK is saving my life because it's literally helping me get great sleep every single night. I cannot recommend it enough. And if you click the link in my description and use code AnimeX, you'll get 10% off your order. So after I guess like charging up a little bit, Amai Mask just straight bursts out of that like massive monster stomach that Pesky Clown grew. And it probably one of my favorite panels of the most recent like 10, 20, 30 chapters, honestly. We get this right here, this like pretty brutal shot of Amai Mask just in one shot, like one little like hammer fist, I guess you could say, just nailing Pesky Clown right over the head and just like completely squishing the monster in a single shot, just like really showcasing how incredibly powerful he is in his released form. Because again, we gotta remember, like, this monster had grown to dragon level in power. In the previous chapter, he was like kind of in that demon level and dragon level, but here he's like 100% in that lower to at least mid-tier level of dragon level strength. So being able to crush him in one shot like this, I feel like it cannot be understated how strong Amai Mask really is. You know what I mean? And man, just like look at like the details of like the entrails and just like his busted up body. It just looks so incredible, man. It's like almost like from like a Berserk manga. You know what I mean? Pretty gnarly stuff. And it doesn't end there, because here like Amai Mask just goes on like full feral. And as you can see right over here, Pesky Clown is like pretty much done for. You know what I mean? Like his face is completely removed from his body. His like brains are splattered everywhere, but Amai Mask does not care. He's in full like beast monster form, stomps his face like in the most disrespectful way possible, and just starts beating his remains into a pulp. And like you can just see here in this shot of Amai Mask, like he's like gone full feral. You know what I mean? And it's pretty crazy to see. But as he's turning Pesky Clown into applesauce, we finally get the arrival of other heroes that are called to the scene. The first one of which, and like I guess the only one that we really see in this chapter is, I think his name's Bluefire, right? If I remember right. He's the one that in like the beginning of season 2, Garo beat him and a couple other heroes and like tore off his arm. So you can see here in like on his right arm, it's a robotic one, because again, Garo tore it off. So he got called to the scene by the Hero Association to help assist. But of course, Bluefire isn't really privy to the situation in the fact that Amai Mask has been revealed to be a monster, so he confuses Amai Mask for another monster, but the crowd insists in fear that, no, this is Amai Mask, he transformed into a monster, egging Bluefire on to kill him, to get rid of him. And of course, Bluefire is super confused, because he's like, well, he helped defeat the monster, but like, look at this guy. I mean, like, look at this shot. He looks like a completely unhinged monster at this point, so he's like just not really sure what to do, and he's just kind of standing there pondering the whole situation. But of course, like the super annoying crowd that's been kind of like causing this issue this whole time. So this freaking goober, one of the people in the crowd, is like, man, like the girlfriend that I broke up with recently, really liked Amai Mask. I hate that guy. He's like a salty dude. You know what I mean? So he didn't like Amai Mask to begin with. So first chance that he sees Amai Mask is revealed to be a monster, he's like, kill that man, you know what I mean? So he picks up a rock and throws it at him, but Blue Flame's like, dude, like, don't antagonize this guy. We don't know what he's gonna do. He seems like he's might not even be human anymore, or at least like not have any human conscience left, you know what I mean? So like, don't antagonize him. And as the rock is about to hit him, we see that the goat himself ends up actually catching the rock. And of course, if you guys don't know who I'm referring to, which you should, the goat is this man right here in this absolutely beautiful panel. Saitama, him and Genos had seen on this big screen that this whole fight was happening back at the amusement park, and Saitama had like quickly deduced like what the situation was, because, you know, he had just been with Amai Mask at that amusement park, and in that moment, like while they were in the Ferris wheel, Amai Mask had revealed to him that he was indeed a monster. So in kind of like the comedy of the scene, it seemed like Saitama wasn't listening to everything Amai Mask was saying, like anything at all. It's been shown time and time again. Saitama is much more aware of things and much smarter than he kind of comes off as in a lot of these scenes. So he immediately knew that this was Amai Mask and went straight to the scene to help out, because he knew it was going to get out of hand very quickly. So he ends up catching the rock, which again is like one of my favorite moments in the entire series, because immediately after he catches it, he has like this like almost like inspirational look on his face. Like it's hard to explain, but like the way that Murata draws him in these moments where he's acting like a true hero, it just makes him look very, I don't know, heroic, inspiring, like just like the light shading that Murata uses, like very like subtle things that he does in these panels to just kind of give that vibe to the reader. And he doesn't say much to him in this moment. He just pretty much says to him, man, you're pretty cool. So overall, yeah, it was a pretty short chapter, but I honestly loved how it was done. I mean, of course, I would have loved if they would have just completed this sequence and everything that comes next. Like, you know, I've read the webcomic, so I know what happens after this. I wish they would have kind of put that all together into one chapter, but it seems like right now Murata is on this flow of like much shorter chapters than we're used to. Which is fine. I mean, the guy needs his rest. He has other projects he's working on as well. That's going to do it for this one. Have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.